Hello.
Hello.
I'm Jeff.
Jeff, I'm Steve. Nice to meet you. You're the personal trainer, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I am in the market for a personal trainer.
Okay.
I've had a little issues. I've had some issues with keeping my workouts regular, and I'm trying to get back into running shape. I'm getting up there in age. I'm 73.
You're still going at it.
Still going. I'm still working on it. I gotta try and extend that life. You know, I got some grandkids in the area.
How many kids? Yeah, grandkids.
I've got, jeez, can't even count them all. I think
That many grandkids?
16 grandkids, and I've got
right.
6 kids of my own, and they're all in the area, so
Okay.
It tends to be pretty crazy around my house. But me and my wife have been married for 55 years.
Congratulations,
and you know, we're going strong. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Well, first of all, very impressive that you're this active at your age. So you're looking for a personal trainer. You say you're already physically active now. What do you think a personal trainer is going to do for you? What's your reason behind that?
Well, I've got this plan to run a marathon by the time I'm 75. Run another one.
2 years from now.
2 years from now. I work out right now sporadically. I'll get a day in, and then I'll end up taking 2 off, and then I'll get another day in, and I can't get that regularity that I used to have.
In your routine.
Yeah, and my goal is to run 6 days a week. I want to run for an hour, 3 days a week, and 30 minutes the other 3 days,
Sure.
and take Sundays off because I got to go to church.
That's a good goal.
But and I know it's possible because I've been doing it for years and years.
Absolutely.
But I just for some reason I can't get back into it.
Mm-hmm. So you're looking for the trainer to push you to get to that point, motivate you?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose a little bit of accountability.
Sure.
I mean, based on my last couple of years, I know that I can run for 2 days or so a week, and I feel like if I have a personal trainer to kind of hold me accountable, that I can get at least 4 days in, and then in that case, I think it'll start getting easier to get that 6 days.
So as it stands now, how often are you working out in the week? And this does not mean that you have to run either. This can be pretty much any physical activity you're doing.
I mean, I run at least twice a week. I get that done, but
Okay.
whether that's run on Saturday and then on Friday, it
So
just
it just
depends.
varies by the week.
Yeah, but I volunteer at a bike shop, and
Uh-huh.
so I ride my bike every once in a while. I do a lot of walking. I walk with my wife and our dog.
And you're retired? I'm assuming?
We're retired, yeah,
Okay.
but I do, I carry the grandkids around
Sure.
and push them in strollers, and so I mean I'm an active guy.
Definitely.
No matter, even if I'm not running, I'm still doing stuff.
So not having time isn't something that you would say is a reason why?
No, I got time. I have way
Definitely.
too much time.
So you want to use that time
Constructively,
That's
keep me
fair.
healthy. I
Fair
suppose.
enough. So, up to this point in your life, what role has exercise played?
Well, it's a pretty big one. I mean, as long as I can remember, I've been running long distance.
You from Iowa?
I'm from Iowa.
Okay.
Yep. I went to high school in the Des Moines area, and I ran track and cross country. I was qualified for state, and the Drake relays, ran them way back in the day. Ran in college. Was nationally ranked for quite a while, and I kept bumping up my distances. I kind of started as a miler and a 3,200 meter runner, and by the end of it, I was running 10Ks, and so that became just kind of natural. And I realized that my long distance endurance was really good. So after college, my fuel for competing with people continued. So I started marathon training.
Sure.
I did a couple halves in the 60s, and then started doing marathons. Started running them regularly, and it was my goal to get a marathon in every state.
Mm-hmm.
So I accomplished that
Wow.
several years ago.
That's impressive.
And I've run several, ran Chicago and Boston and New York and even London. Ran them
Really?
multiple times. But
Is that the only place you went overseas?
yeah, only
Right.
place was in London.
Do you have any desire to go overseas anymore?
I would love to go back,
Yeah.
but I'll probably do my old favorite and try to get into the Chicago Marathon.
Definitely. So this this heart attack, it was a mild heart attack? I mean, every heart attack is serious,
Yeah.
obviously, but, I mean, based on the severity of it, that would definitely depict, like, what you would be able to do safely.
Yeah, it was mild, but it was still pretty shocking. Obviously, being in such good shape and everything, and running, really working my aerobic system for almost 60 years. I was pretty shocked when it happened.
Yeah.
And it happened when I was 70. And, currently I'm 73, so it's been a couple of years. And I think that's one of my main issues is coming back from that heart attack. Like, I just can't overcome the fear of it. And I think that's why the sporadic running is started.
So you still have all of the drive, all of the feelings that you had when you were running when you were younger,
Yeah.
like competitive drive.
Yeah.
You still have that, but now you're just finding it harder to do with your aging, and then the heart attack is a huge
Yeah.
wrench in your engine.
Yeah.
So is that, so if you could overcome that barrier, that's your only thing that you see standing in your way?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm an old retired man. I don't have many time commitments besides my grandkids, and I spend a lot of time running, and I know that if I can just get over that hump, that get my confidence back almost.
So tell me, how do you think a personal trainer would be able to assist, like, to make you mentally stronger? And 2 years is a short amount of time to do that.
I think that just having that person there to kind of maintain, see what I'm, kind of watch what I'm doing, and just make sure that things are going well. I feel that if that's the case, that it will be pretty easy to overcome that that initial fear that I have.
And you know what, I, like, just off this brief amount of time talking to you, I can see that you possess the ability to do it. My only concern for you is your health, because with your age and the heart attack, there might be safer options to help you accomplish your goal, and a personal trainer can definitely help you do that. How important is the marathon on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, and when I say the marathon, I mean like doing it in 2 years.
It's pretty big. I think it's probably an 8, and the reason why is because I have, that was such a huge part of my life, and it's kind of just been cut off by that heart attack, which was such a shock to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that if I ran the marathon, I would prove a point to my kids and my grandkids that, just because I had a heart attack doesn't mean I'm some old decrepit man. I can still go run. And
so would you say that doing this marathon, you're proving something is it proving something to your kids or to yourself maybe?
Probably, both. Even it was a huge part of our family life, obviously, just bringing up kids. They're all runners to this day, and I know that I was a big part of that.
Yeah.
A big part of their beginning running.
Definitely.
And I just, want to make them, make them less scared for me, and make myself less fearful while I'm running.
So if say you were to get a personal trainer, and the personal trainer wrote an awesome workout routine for you and helped you meet your goals, except it would go past the 2 years, how would you feel about that?
I think that'd be all right. I assume that I'll be able to run a marathon at least until I'm 80,
Mm-hmm.
and at that point I think it'll start to decline.
And like with your shape that you're in now at this age, other than the heart attack, which is a huge area of concern, obviously. Other than that, you can do this, but at your age, there's something you got to consider, like the safer ways to do it. And I'm sure you'd be thinking about your kids or your grandkids, because would they like to see you finish? Yeah, but they like you around probably more.
I suppose.
Have you ever considered maybe trying a different goal? Maybe like take all the drive and the commitment that you're gonna put in, and the competitive spirit, and maybe try something else maybe you haven't done before, or maybe, have you excelled in like anything else in your life, any other
Yeah.
physical activities?
I mean, I bike a lot.
Okay.
I still do. I mean, I've done rag brag, you know,
I mean,
dozens of times.
that's pretty competitive, like the guys that are competitive in that, they do not play around, like they.
If you're not drinking Bloody Marys at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, the guys that aren't drinking are not playing around.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know, I do that, I still bike, I bike to my, the bike shop every day, or, you know, the days I go.
Yeah, you volunteer over there.
And it's only about 12 miles, you know, there and back, it's nothing
Sure.
serious, but
Have you ever done a triathlon before?
I have not.
Yeah, any interest in that at all? Swimming aspect of it?
Yeah,
I don't blame you on that.
I can't do it, I don't like this old man body, exposed to the water.
So, after you were discharged from medical, did the doctors give you any advice as far as like what you would be able to do, et cetera, anything like that?
Based on my previous records, you know, of my running, they thought that after I, you know, moved on from cardiac rehab, that I would be able to go back to just do whatever, as long as I did it gradually and I, you know, paid attention to possible symptoms and watched my blood pressure and my salt intake, my sodium intake, and
Sure.
things like that. So, and I mean, I've kind of done that. It just hasn't been as fluid as I want it to be.
I think if we were to get you going on, starting off on a 3 to 4 a week, maybe a little more intense than what you're doing, and then that would get, you know, I think that would really help you out. But you should consider the fact that despite having the drive and these things, like you are getting older. I mean, that does not mean it has to stop you, but it's something to consider at least. And I actually have some information if you'd like some. It's really non-biased, straightforward information, and it's just about exercising following a cardiac event. You would benefit from it. Would you be interested in something like that?
Yeah, of course.
All right, definitely have this here for you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Not at the moment, no. I would like to get started with the exercise whenever. You know, a couple days a week, I'd be happy to start, and I guess we could see how it goes. And I would really like to get into it, and I want to accomplish my goal.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, trying a couple days would probably be good. And I'll take a look at this, and if it
Take a look at that. If you have any questions whatsoever, call anytime.
okay,
And then we'll get you scheduled for next week. Start you up.
sounds good.
All right.
All right, thanks, sir.
We're good. How long was that?
I figured phone kept turning on.
13 minutes.